What's up, people? How everybody doing today? Everybody in quarantine, you know. Everybody in quarantine tonight. What you doing in quarantine? Huh? What you doing in quarantine right now? Me, I'm about to get into this Revelation 9. It's good, people. We about to learn about the devil. We about to learn about the devil. You ready? You know? Let's get into it. I hope everybody blessed and stay well. I hope through my Savior that everybody be protected and blessed to whoever listen to this. And their family be healed beyond imagining. And whatever they want of reality come back to them. Alright, let's go. Alright, before I get into that though, I want to talk about, how stuff going on right now. Maybe like an update to an update. Maybe the next day or a couple of days from now. But, alright, what's going on right now? You seen Amazon, it's getting worse. You remember the last video I was talking about Amazon. And I said it was going to do a chain reaction to all the other companies. I told you, the companies going to end up being soulless. And they going to end up just saying, forget it. And they going to use all of their money, what they get bailed out with, and they can go another route. They don't got to hire people back if they don't want to. It's their companies. You got to understand that that's what's good for you to make your own way in life, you know. But I feel like the companies are going to robotics and more machines to make their products with. I'm just telling you what it is, people. But hey, you know, maybe they don't. Maybe they'll still hire everybody back. But uh, companies lost a lot of money within these days and months. They lost a lot of money, so they probably were looking. They probably already foreseeing this and probably already thinking. Probably already putting all their money into robotics and into unmanned machines that do everything that need to be done, just like a human. Just like the restaurants, they can do anything. Like a restaurant, all they gotta do is have a machine that pops out the food, but cook it just like on a line, just like a man will. They got machines like that already in the making. I'm telling you. So, and soon a lot of people may still be out of work because look at all the temp service jobs out there. Whoever that work a temp service job, a lot of them people still working, but they going to other assignments, but they might have been at other jobs that's closed down right now because of things, you know. But you got to keep your faith and keep your strength in the Lord Savior, to talk to God, to ask Him to save all of us. That's why it should be a mass prayer going on around the world at one time on live television or something, a mass prayer for all the people all over the world, so God can lift this void that we have on us right now and we can get back to life, that what we used to live, you know. But it takes time, people. So to find stuff where you never came across in ever in any doctor's 120 year history. So, and like it gonna be a ripple effect soon. I told you the stock market about to crash soon. I don't know when, but it may be about to crash soon because the influx of that 2 trillion. But we already had debt with China with 2 trillion, so we cannot talk about China. We got to be businessman and business model. So we cannot talk about another country at these times because of the fact it's about business when it comes to running a country. So you got to know that's your business partner because you in their pocket. But if you want in their pocket and they was in your pocket, you could demand what you want. But it ain't in them chains and terms and hands. So you got to just go with the flow because of the fact everything eventually gonna get back to well. You know what I'm saying? We don't know when. I don't know when. I don't know. I mean, I heard. I mean, I guess a peak. I was always wondering what do a peak mean. Explain to me what a peak mean. I mean, I know it's a peak in death, but how you know? How you know if it would stop there? But I hope it do. I told you people. I feel like the sun gonna burn it. I feel like the summer heat gonna burn it off in July. Remember I was talking about in July? Things might be well. I hope so. But I said if it don't, you know, and I hope we just find a cure before. I hope we find a cure in weeks. A perfect cure that if anybody had it, I mean, you know, they can go on and get treated for it. And I mean, it's not the government fault if a virus come out of nowhere, out of existence. And virus can come like that. This virus just have never been seen. It could be an ancient. We could have been bombing, or a country could have been bombing or doing anything, like, and then blew up some stuff on the ground and exposed it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you really can't say it's from the animals because I already seen videos that you was talking about. I mean, we don't know if for the animals or not. Tell me what animal that the coronavirus came from. That's what I want to know. Because I feel like it's not from no animal. Because if it were from an animal, more people would be susceptible to it. I feel like it's something else. I feel like it came from somewhere else. It might don't. It might. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying? You might been in a region and you ain't never know it was a chemical lab under the ground. You was bombarding, and then scan the lands with new technology that can see 2 feet under the ground. Scan the whole land for if you see on things on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Really, people already know Afghanistan got a lot of riches in them grounds and a lot of unknown stuff. Why you think? Why you think them? Why you think it's deserts? What happened in them deserts? What happened in them lands to make them lands go dead just like that? You ain't never think about that? Hmm. And plus, it probably used to be a dang on ocean right there, cause sand used to be in the ocean. So that part of that earth, I feel like that part of that whole region was water. But I can't say that because of the fact if it was like that, it would be good for the ground if it did go back down like that. But I feel like it's something spiritual about them lands. It's something spiritual. You already see the dome there. You already see Israel there in them lands. It's too much to it. So Revelation. And broke the seventh seal. Okay. Then, hold on. The fifth trumpet brings the first terror. The fifth trumpet brings the first terror. The first terror, we're about to find about the first terror. Let's find about it. Then the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen to the earth from the sky. Oh my God. I just had a I just had a fucking image. Like, people give me Lord. I feel like all these movies where something come from the sky, like a comet or something, but you think it's a you think it's a comet, but really could be a ship. Had fallen to has fallen to earth from the sky, and he was giving the key to shift of the bottomless pit. Let me read it again. Then the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that has fallen to the earth from the sky. And when he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit, when he opened it, smoke poured out. Black smoke, people. I feel like the black smoke, the black symbolism, the black goo is the black smoke that engulfed the whole world, basically. But the smoke, remember, said God said stay on the road to Him, and if you get off the road, it's darkness. Think about that symbolism. And then you got to go straight to the road. If you stay off the road. I seen a lot of movies like that. I seen a movie like that where the word came to end and the black, it was this black dark. But if you get in contact with it, it changes you and it turns you to a primal person, like a zombie like person like that. That's what I call a primal person in human reality. That's not in existence in its bodiless frame anymore or controlment. When he opened it, smoke poured out as thought from a huge furnace, and the sunlight and air were darkened by the smoke. Then locusts came. Locusts. I've been seeing locusts everywhere these past 2 weeks. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a huge furnace, and the sunlight and air were darkened by the smoke. You heard that, didn't you? Sunlight and air was darkened by the smoke. Maybe a volcano, maybe an eruption. Remember I tell you about the earthquake. Maybe a volcano. I just hope everybody be safe and be strong in this world. Maybe a volcano. Then locusts came from the smoke. See what I'm saying? Locusts came from the smoke. Why locusts gonna come from the smoke? Where do locusts dang on? Where do locusts live and stay like that and get them type of dang on numbers and come out like that at one time? I don't understand. It's like they come out of nowhere, like out of another dimension. Like bam. Then locusts came from the smoke and descended on the earth. Oh man. Basically, I told you that black smoke. Remember you ever seen the movie called Fog? Symbolism. The black smoke. Look at a movie. Well, I can't remember that movie called. I seen it a long time ago, but it was a movie called something where everybody was susceptible. Everybody was changing when they went outside and stuff like that, and they had to stay on the road. The road. If you got off the road, the darkness to get you. Like it changed you. Like it changed you and stuff. The road to God. Said stay on the road to God. Follow the light to God. I don't think them words were telling for nothing. The earth and thee were giving power to sting like scorpions. Oh my God. Now I notice why. Oh my God. Now I notice why a locust got a bottom like like something like a wasp would have. Something like it would be poison. So God let out the locust, but he gave them power, but not God, but whatever came, the devil, I guess, the bottomless pit. I mean, no, I guess the bottomless pit, the shaft of the bottomless pit, I guess that's where the locusts live at, and I guess that's where they thrive so much, and then come out at once and do a flight to feast, I guess. But man, that remember you seen these videos, you seen these movies back in the day with like the locusts, like they'll come like locusts, and then they start eating everybody up and da da da. These I feel like they really got a lot of movies from out the Bible, like but just remixed them different ways from different words. You can get a lot of movies out this Bible from different words and different ways if you think about stuff. But hey, because it won't be that hard. They were told not to hurt the grass or plants or trees. Remember I was telling you about the grass. You see God ain't touched none. God ain't touched none of the made the trees sick or nothing from the virus. A virus can attack anything. It's a fungus. It's a gas. I'm telling you. Do a test on they need to do testing on plants with the virus and see how it works and see what's susceptible to it and what ain't. Like a plant right now it's immune to it. Why not try to find a cure from the plant and do for the virus? You know what I'm saying? Find an animal that's immune to it and go from there. And you will get up to your situation what you want to find, like a cure what you want. Put it like that. Cause I know the government listen to everything. So. Mm. They were given power like scorpions. They were told not to hurt the grass and plants or trees, but to attack all the people who did not have the seal. Remember I tell you about the seal. I told you about the seal, people. Now we getting down to it. Now we get down to it, people. We really get into it now. Yes. We really get into it. Sorry about that, people. But we really get into it, people. We really get into it, people. Let's get into it. Let's get deeper into this. Okay. You seen he set the locusts down and they had stingers on them to sting the people that did not have the seal of God. Remember I told you, let's revert back to Revelation 7. Let's go back to Revelation 7 and 8. You remember he was talking about, hold up. He told the four angels to hold back the dang on trials and tribulations upon the people. And let me mark my people that's been good to me upon this earth. Let me mark them first so they won't be hurt. So he talking about the living people. He ain't talking, he already gonna raise the dead people. He talking about the living people now. You feel me? So what's the mark? Like a Jew mark? Like back in the World War where they marked the Jews? Or what? Or a mark of slavery from the slavery times? What kind of mark he's talking about? And when upon that mark will come, and how that mark will be upon you. What will make you different? What will exile you out once again upon this earth that make you have a no mark? Okay, let's keep going, people. They were given power to sting people, and okay, we did that. Attack all the people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were told not to kill them, but to torture them for 5 months with, with agony like pain of scorpion stings. In those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee away. The locusts look like horses armed for battle. So he's telling me, he's saying he got locusts the size of horses. You know how they got armor plates on them right now? You know how locusts got armor on them. Imagine their armor becomes metal, but in a being of a God. You know what I'm saying? So God did let this upon. It just bring me to chills. Then were told not to kill them, but to torture them for 5 months with agony like pains of scorpions, stings. In those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. Now you see how stuff going right now? You see that coronavirus came around, and you see it's so painful when you get it. It's like people been storing up blood. It's so bad, people. If you don't get to the hospital in time, your organs can fail if they don't get that medicine you in the right time. Like chlor, I heard chlor or something. It's a good medicine to take. I don't know, but I seen this later, but I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just trying to find a cure just like you is. I wish the government maybe try to see why is the plants and why is some animals not susceptible to this virus. Go from there. I feel like you will find something. But hey, I just talking ramble, right? Let's see a cure come upon about 2 weeks after this, maybe, or 3 weeks, maybe. A good cure. Hmm. Gotta think about it, man. The government got an AI system, like a mass AI system that, like, you ain't like. That's why I told you to go to Westworld and watch Westworld season 1, 2, and 3. And 3 right now they in like 20, they ain't gonna 50 and 2060. That's how fast the world upgraded from then. So the machines got out they were. So, cause they were trying to control them, like you can go to a different world setting. They had a whole image graphic or a whole world made just like the regular world, but in another world, but with machines, and you can go to and do whatever you want. Westworld. Imagine this, Westworld 3 right now, which when they got out the dang on portal, basically, I call it a portal world, and got into the real world, and now trying to take over the world, but it seems like that person trying to stop, because the people, somebody end up making a machine that store everybody data, and they can tell you exactly how you gonna go in this world. Like if you gonna have a suicide, or if you gonna if you gonna go down the street, or just the things you done in your life, just all the stuff, all your all your information from yourself, for every word, every second of you, or everything that's documented from you, like from physical doctors and on psychology, everything in one. Just look at Westworld season 3 episode, the episode that just came out. I'm telling you, it was good, and it made me open my eyes. It shows you a big machine that the government got, that stores data, and it stores data, and it's so great it can help you in life, but it can keep you at a point where they want you to be in life. It's basically putting money in you to if you want the survive. I mean, if they want you to dang gonna upgrade to another level, or stay where you at. It's like it opened my eyes a lot. But I know it's scenario. But hey, It's good though. It's good. I love Westworld. That's why I was always fascinated with Westworld when it came out. It's a TV show on HBO or whatever. You need to look at it. Alright. The Locusts looked like horses armed for battle. They had gold crowns on their heads. They had human faces. Mm. Their hair was long like the hair of a woman, and their teeth were like the teeth of a lion. I feel like these the beings. Remember I was telling you, remember we was talking about the beings and the stuff like that? But I believe these are soldiers though. These are soldiers of God. I mean, these some fierce soldiers. They probably will rip you apart. They worn armor made of lions, of iron. So they wore armor made of iron. So so iron should be a good content to build with, and their wings roared like an army of chariots. Man, they fast. Then that's a fast being that you probably wouldn't even be able to think for it. He right on you. Mm. Rushing into battle, they had tails that stung like scorpions. God, to my with power to torture people. Remember, that's why they got all them things on. That's why they got all them tools and everything on them like that to torture people. This power was given to them for 5 months. Their king is the no, okay, but it basically the angel is it's guys dang on right. I mean, you know what I'm saying, elite soldiers, and then they got soldiers under them, and just like generals, and you know what I'm saying, cadets and all of that. Their king is the angel from the bottomless pit. Okay, we talking like that. No. Now we talking. Now I got to go back. So I got to go all the way back now. I got to go all the way back up now. I got to go all the way back up, people. Then the fifth angel blew his trumpet. So the fifth angel let out the devil. And I saw a star that has fallen to remember the star from that led guy or I can't remember which one of the Jesus, that star. Um, had to from earth. I saw a star that had fallen to earth from the sky, and he was giving the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a huge furnace, and the sunlight and air were darkened by the smoke. Then the locusts came from the smoke. So it's like aliens or something, yo. It's like a comet came out of the sky. Hold on. Yep. Look. Then the fifth angel. Then I saw a star that had fallen to the earth from the sky. So I believe this star that fall from the sky, it dug inside the earth and he was giving the key. So it's dug into the earth and let whatever out, and then to the shaft of the bottomless pit. Bottomless means down, and then pit means it's something that's held that we don't know about. When he opened it, smoke poured out. So when he opened the pit, so it was a locked chamber sealed with blessings of the I say blessings of the saints, and God was locked and sealed by him till he wanted to come out as though from a huge furnace. So I'm telling you, God is just one of God. I mean, the devil is just one of God's tools he used to I'm telling you some real talk. You read it for yourself, but He is. I feel like he is the one like God used to really dang on test the people and see if they really for him or not for him. That's what he used the devil, and that's what he casted that. See, God knows everything before it happened. He knows what he cast the devil down into all the way up to this day. I'm telling you, it got to happen. Judge to be judged, left or right, up and down world. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? You right or wrong, you got left and right. You know what I'm saying? Ups and downs, same thing. Night and day. Hmm. Okay. Okay. But bottomless pit was spoiled. Okay. A huge furnace out though from a huge furnace. So the earth will cracked open, and whatever cracked it open, and the sunlight and air was darkened by the smoke. I'm feeling like that's a dang on. I'm feeling like that's a. I feel like the volcanoes hold sun more than I don't know the volcanoes. But the star came from the sky, so I feel like a comet hit the sky, comet hit the earth, but it had some kind of powers in it. Like it had powers in it to manipulate the smoke, to manipulate everything around it. It might could be a shit. Remember we said that comet was coming a couple weeks from now? Like, you know, I want to believe in. You know what I'm saying? I hope it. I mean, it probably gonna just go past us or whatnot. But it was this movie. It was this TV show came out. A scenario where people it was the end times and people. This guy was building a spaceship and he was a billionaire and he had a couple people he was gonna take with him because it was a comet on the way to Earth, and it was like it was a so much it was a good TV show. I'm waiting for the third season. I cannot remember the name of it, but